Hello guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Posse Code, and again you're welcome. I know it's really been a while for me to be here. Like I didn't really release any I didn't really release any video last week due to some certain things that I have at hand. But really, this week is going to be different, and we're going to be starting from where we left off. So the first thing I want us to know is that I hope you're practicing your for loops. I believe you work on the project I gave you the last time. So if you work on it, thumbs up, and if you haven't worked on it, come on out. Let's go. What we're going to be doing here in this video today is very simple. And what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be creating a countdown. We're going to be creating a countdown using for loop. All right, we're going to be creating a countdown using for loop, and let's get started. We're going to be creating a countdown program with for loop. So just like what we did the last time, we imported the time module for this, and that's what we're going to be doing here. So we're going to import the time module. Set import time. All right, okay. So when we import the time module, then under this time there's something there is a particular module in the there's a particular library in the time module called sleep. All right, so we can say time dot sleep, right? So in this step we are going to be telling we're going to be having seconds are we going to be sleeping for. All right, let's say 3. Okay, so let me do this. So 3, then we can say print print it's over, congratulations. All right, I think I have, okay, congratulations. All right, so now it's over, congratulations. Come on, look at my congratulations here. Let me have it corrected there. Congratulations. All right, congratulations. So let's see what we're going to print. Let me give this an indentation. Right, so let's see. Is it going to be printed? Yeah, it is. It's over, congratulations. It's over, congratulations. As you can see, it does print. All right, so now just like what you see here, what we did here is that we have a time.sleep factor, then we import the time. Then inside this time module, there's a particular module in the time module which is called sleep. Okay, that means the sleep simply typifies how long are you going to delay for your program to run. Okay, how long do you want it to be delayed for the program to run? So that is what this sleep module is talking about, and that is what we've just done. All right, so let's continue. Now there are some things we can do to this. All right, let's assume, just like what I said, I'm going to be showing you something now. Let's assume that we want this to be a user. Let's just say we're going to be having a variable, and this time we want to ask the user, how long do you want to set the time? Are you getting it? Let's say the user now want to set probably a countdown time. Now we are already going into the building of this particular countdown program. So let's say the user wanted to set a countdown. So we are going to be asking an input from the user, and so that means we are going to be taking the user input. And to do that, we're going to be saying that let's say the user now, let's call the user. All right, user equals, or let me just say let me call it user time. All right, user time. Let me put this here. Yeah, user time. The user time in this case is going to be equal to the input that we get from the user, right? So we're going to be having input now. Say what? Okay, let me just say input. Now we're going to be saying input the time in what? In seconds. Now we are saying that the user should input the time he wants the countdown, like what the time this particular user is counting down to. So now this is going to be it. Then this is where we are going to be making use of our for loop knowledge. So now we are, just like what I said, we are input, we are getting the user input. Now getting this user input in this time is that we are getting the time the user is going to be counting down to. And in this case, the user is going to be counting down to a specific, depending on the kind of input we get from the user. So now, what are we going to do? We are going to be using our for loop. So now, just like what I said, we are going to be asking the user a particular input, and this is the input we're going to be asking. Now from here we are going to go into our for loop, and we were saying for, that will be for t in what, in the range. Now in this range, what we are expecting is we are going to be starting from what, from 0, right, from 0 to our user time, isn't it? Now this range, we are saying that there should be a what, a range that is going to be starting, right? So from range to what, to user time. All right, then what do we expect to print? So at every iteration you should print what, print what, you should print x, right? Sorry, print t. Now you're printing t. Then how long do we want you to be delayed? Now in this case you are going to be delayed by what, by this, okay, time.sleep. all right. So now I know that means that we are saying that you're going to be delayed by time.sleep. all right, that is where this particular there's going to be a delay. Now we are not going to be waiting for 3 seconds. Of course we are counting down, right? So the countdown in this case is going to be just 1 second. all right, so that'll be time.sleep. Then after, at the end of that iteration, we should have what we call what, oh, it's over, congratulations. all right, so that is going to be time.sleep and all of that. So let us see what we're going to do. And in this case, let's say we have 5 seconds, and let's see, wow, there's an error in our code. I think I know where the error is going to be. This should be, I said we had type string object. Now okay, yeah, this adds to be what, you have to typecast this into what, integer. So we're going to put this in integer, then yeah, that's when we're going to be fine. All right, so now let's see. So I think what we're going to be doing here, just like I said, you're going to typecast it. Don't forget your curly bracket, your bracket at the end of the day. So when we typecast it, you run it. Now it's already running. What I just need to do is to now input whatever it is I need to input. Let's say I want it to be 5 seconds. all right, like 0 1 2 3, okay, 4 5. Are you getting now? It's over, congratulations. all right, so let's say that means if you are starting from 0, okay, so now in this case, let's say we want it to be reversed. all right, in fact, let us try something. In this case, let's say we have us time here. We're starting from this time and we're going back to what, 0. all right, so what are we going to have? Let's see. Let's say 5 seconds. It's over, congratulations. all right, so that means it's not going to work. Now in this case, it simply means that what we just did is never going to work because it does not start that way. all right, so what we need to do, instead of us changing the position of the argument, what we need to do is to use a particular function called reversed. all right, so in this case we can just say, now initially we have 0 here, sorry, we have 0 here, and then we have us time, right? So what we need to do is to typecast this into what, reversed. all right, now reverse, then you open the bracket and then you close it. all right, so now this means that it's going to start from the top down to where we're going to. all right, so what we're going to happen now is that we're going to click on 5 and see 4 3 2 1, it's over, congratulations. Can you see? So this is just what you need to do, and then we are not done. okay, I'm only showing you what are the things that we're going to be doing. Now let's say we want to actually put it in countdown format properly. Now that means we are going to be having the second, the second, the minute, and what, and the hour. Let's see what we're going to do. Now in this case, we are going to be using some certain things. That means that in this particular for loop, we are going to be having the variable for seconds, the variable for minutes, and the variable for what hour. But in this case, let me show you how you're going to do it. So in this case, let's say we have seconds, right? Seconds equals, all right. Now in this case, our seconds is going to be what we have. That would be t modulo 60. All right. Now if you're going to do this, it simply means you need to calculate the amount of time you want to use. Are you getting me? And it has to be in seconds. If you are going to be using an hour, that means that you're going to have 60 times 60, right? Because 60 seconds make 1 minute and 60 minutes make 1 hour. So 60 times 6, that will be about 3600 what? Seconds. All right? Because every of your input had to be in what? In seconds. So don't forget that. So if you have that, so we can say, now in this case, our print function can now be, instead of us printing t, we are going to be having a print. We are going to use f string here for readability. Now print this, and then this also. All right. So the next thing we are going to be doing, that will be print the string. Then we are going to input the second there, the second. All right. So now if we have this, let's see what we're going to be having. And let's say I want to use about 5 seconds, right? Let's say I want to say 5 seconds. Let's see. Can you see? 4, 2, 1. It's over. Congratulations. Now, but there's something I want to do here. As you can see, every of the minute functions, they have their own what? Zero padding. I would like to put some zero padding here, whereby we have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right. One of the things I'm going to do here to actually make this happen is, in the front of these seconds, I'm going to put a colon, then I'll add 02. Now the 02 is telling me that I'm shifting by what? By 2. Are you getting me? A zero padding that is followed. All right. So the same thing is also what you're going to do whenever you want to input another thing there. So let's see what we're going to be having. So let's say I'm having 10 seconds now, or let me just say 6 seconds. So can you see 04, 03, 02, 01, 00 is over. Congratulations. As you can see, you see that it works, right? Now let's see what we're going to do. Let's say we are having minutes. Okay, so in this case we're going to be having minutes, right? And then we're going to be having minutes, so that will be minutes. We're going to create another variable for minutes. All right, now in this case minutes is going to be also, now in this case let's put this in integer. All right, so integer, because here if we're to do that, it's going to put, if we're to just put it with that integer, it's going to be putting all of the whole seconds in what? In float variables, because of the modulo sign that we put there. So now that'll be integer. Now let's say we want to do 60 minutes, right? 60 seconds, that's a minute, right? So I'm going to input integer 60. Okay, now in this case I'm going to be having x, right? I'm going to be having t modulo what? Now modulo 60, let's say 65. All right, so now I decided to say 65. If there's every possibility, it's going to count down beyond 65. All right, so now what I'm going to have here is this. I would have this, then minutes. So now let's come to this place. In this particular place, we are going to change it to minutes. Now we are going to, because in this case it's going to be minutes. All right, then it's separated to put the zero padding there. So when we do that, we're going to be having, let's say we have 65. Let's see 65. Can you see 64? Can you see? We're counting down already. We are counting down already. Do you get that now? So this is all we are seeing, and we are really getting it. As you can see, it can go beyond, and it's going to count down until we've gotten to whatever or wherever we are doing. All right, I believe we all understand that. We are about to finish this program. All right, so the next one is going to be The next one is going to be this. So I think I made a mistake here the other time. This one should be 60 because we're going to be dividing the time by 60. All right. So the next one is going to be hours, right? Hours will be equal to integer. All right. So in this integer now, the integer is going to be divided by what? By 60, right? Now in this case, not just going to be 60, but 60 what? 60 60 by 60. Do you get that now? That means 60 multiplied by 60. So we're going to be having that t divided, that means modulo what? 3600. Okay. All right. So when we have that, then we can come to this place, and then okay, let me do that again. What we're going to do here is this. We're going to come to this place, and then we input our placeholder, and this placeholder is going to house our house there. All right. So house there, then we put 0 padding, and then we're going to be done. So what we need to do here is to run the program. So when we run the program, we're going to be asking the user to input it. Then input your time in seconds. Now it's still going to be 60. All right. No, now this time in seconds now is going to be 3600. Okay. It's going to be 3600, and let's see what we're going to have. Oh Jesus. We're having 3599. Okay. No, I didn't expect that. Let's come again. Let's come again, please. Thank you. Let's come again. Okay, so I think I know where we made mistake now. I didn't explain something. You know, when we are putting this in integer, you know, we want to convert whatever it is we are having. We want to convert it to a straight number, all right, a straight value. And then if we are going to be dividing, like we want to convert minutes back, we want to convert seconds to minutes, right? So that means that we need to divide whatever it is that we are having by 60. Okay, that means we want to convert our seconds to what? To minutes. That means everything we are going to be having, we are going to be dividing by what? By 60. So if that is going to be happening, then here should be 60. That would be x, that would be t, divided now, divided by 60. Now modulo 60. Okay, modulo 60. That's the reason why we are having an integer here. All right. So to turn everything we are having here into a single integer without floats, so that will be integer, the whole of this place integer modulo 60. That is what we are converting into. All right. And the same thing is also going to be applicable here. So the same thing is also going to be applicable here, whereby we are going to be having t divided by what now? So we're going to be having this t divided by 3600. All right. We can just leave this there because we don't really need it. We already converted the whole of the thing to this. So what we need to do is to run the whole thing and see if we're going to be correct this time. So here, like you can hear the bed there. So we have 6,000, right? Wow, it's corrected now. 3,600. Okay, so let me stop it and come again. All right, let me stop it, then I'll come again. So what I'm saying is, in this case, let's see something. Let's say I want to go beyond. Maybe we're going to be having above. There's every possibility for us to have above. All right. Let's say we have 3,605. All right. As you can see, it extended to 1 hour. That is the reason why we did this. Okay. That means we are having about 1 hour, right? And it's counting down. It's counting down, counting down, counting down, counting down. Did you understand that now? As you can see, all of these are what are available, and it's still counting down. All right. So you have been able to successfully create a countdown program. Let us look at what we did again. Now we have the second. All right. First off, we create a variable for the second inside the for loop, and don't forget we've not even gotten to while loop. We can either use while loop or for loop for this program. Okay. But what we are using majorly now is what? Is for loop. So if you can see, we have seconds to be equal to what? T and bar 60, right? I mean modulo 60. Now this seconds modulo 60 is telling us something very, very different. Like it's telling us something very, very, very significant. Telling us that, okay, we are converting whatever it is we are having in seconds Are you getting it? Then the minute also, if you look at it, the integer, we are going to be having to get this. That means we are going to be dividing the t by the integer, by the second. All right, this particular second. Then changing the whole thing back to what? To second star. The same thing also is applicable to this, that we have integer t divided by 3600. That means the time we are getting, because we are converting it back to what? To hour. So now the print is telling us that hours, O2, minutes, and seconds, and all of those things. I believe I explained all of this, which is talking about the how am I going to put it now? Which is talking about each minute, just like the way you are going to be having it in a countdown. I get what I'm trying to say. Now you know that this is an hour and it's working down an hour, and this thing is going to continue like that. You can see it's working down an hour, and it will continue like that unless we terminate this particular program, and then it will not stop until it has gotten to the 0 part. Okay, so this is how you create a for loop program. Okay, this is how you create a for loop using a countdown. And if you have any issue or if you have any problem, maybe I'm not clear in a way, or in any way that you think I'm not clear, please let me know, and let's see how probably I'm going to repeat this, or I'm going to make this clearer in my next video. All right, thank you very much, and please drop a like, drop a comment. And this, if you are trying all of these things, now what I want you to try on your own is this. What if you want to display a particular thing inside? Let's say you want to create a stopwatch. All right, now from our previous video, we're able to learn. If you have not really gotten it, if you have not watched that video, please go and watch it. We are able to learn how to use the break function. Okay, so I want you to go look at how you can use the break function. I'm going to mention something now, which is the continue function also. That continue function, go and read about it and see how you're going to input it in case if you want to create a stopwatch. Now you want to use this for loop to create a stopwatch, and this is going to be an assignment for you. Use your for loop to sharpen your for loop. Use that for loop to create a stopwatch program. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.